have to increase the amount of divorced energy around here for a little bit. This is Diversity in Dragons. Very mad about the garbage, agenda-driven art of Wizard of the Coast's new D&D edition. All right, let's see the art.
I love this place!
Look at these two pieces of art.
So he got rid of the goatee, which is a good move in my opinion, but he couldn't help but keep the hat and the sunglasses because he's still not secure in himself. That's okay.
They're both from the upcoming D&D 2024 Player's Handbook.
They look fucking dope, right? I mean, I don't think they are, but they look dope. Are they old though? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Are they new? Maybe. Yeah, man. Fantasy art's cool.
One captures the spirit of fantasy at its best, while the other is, well, something entirely different.
Wait, is it? Wait, what?
Wizards of the Coast has been releasing more and
Left is Dragonlance? Is that Dragonlance? Oh, yeah. It would be, wouldn't it? What's wrong with the right side, though? You have witches and cauldrons and shit? The fuck? Isn't that Tasha anyway?
something entirely different. Wizards of the Coast has been releasing more and more of the artwork from the 3 core rulebooks in the run-up to their release. I must say that I don't really like what I see so far. It's not very inspirational.
All right.
Now, there are a few gems.
Few gems. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is it because it's a dwarf looking cool? It's a gem because it's a man.
But far too many pieces are either full of technical errors.
All right, I'm looking for the technical errors. Are we just not happy? We're just not happy with this particular composition? What are we upset about? The axe looks funky? Something about something, maybe?
Soulless.
Soulless? This is visual storytelling. What's soulless about this?
Or, quite frankly, are full of agenda. Now, of course, this is the piece that's actually making big news lately. Congratulations, orcs.
Congratulations, orcs.
According to a bunch of leftist kooks, you apparently graduated from representing blacks to now becoming hard-working people who like tacos, El Caminos, leaf blowers, and rosaries.
Why is he being racist? What the fuck? Wait. What's the... Is it because there's cactuses right here? Well, I don't understand. Is it because these are... So we're racist against Hispanic folks? I guess it's racist. Are they even Hispanic coded? Are these orcs particularly just Hispanic coded? It just looks like Western coded. The orc on the right, this guy? What about this one? Does this guy look Mexican too? Is it just this guy? So there's one... So one Mexican... One... This orc is specifically from the part of Faerun where Mexico is. It looks like American Desert South. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Tex-Mex. Maybe, at best. But I'm not getting, like, you know, very specific vibes. Maybe this lady? But that looks almost more like fucking native coded, which is often what happens.
You apparently graduated from representing blacks to now becoming hard-working people who like talk up henchmen.
Thanks.
In your campaign
No
just
pickles.
became a lot easier.
Henchmen?
Just make sure the party is at the Waterdeep Home Depot at 6 a.m.
Dude, you're being racist. What the fuck? How can you be like, oh, look at those wokes being racist, and then he makes a bunch of racial stereotypes about Mexican people? What's the own, man? That you're the guy we knew you were? That you're just dog shit? I feel fucking owned. Anyway, in my fantasy setting, I don't call them orcs. I think it's a pejorative. I mean, they can be called orcs, I guess. It wouldn't be so strong as a slur. Maybe it would be. I don't know. I feel like the word orc is a little stingy. It stings a little bit. It sounds ucky.
This image even seems to have caused a lot of head-scratching from normie gamers, who were probably already on the fence as to whether they needed to pay $200 for an update that's fully compatible with their old stuff.
I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to buy the Wizards of the Coast. I don't care about this, if I'm honest. Like, I'm not going to... I haven't looked at any of the players' handbooks. My players have been looking at it. I don't care. They can look at whatever they want to look at. We pretty much homebrew 5th edition as it is anyway, so I don't know. If it offers some good stuff that we want to take, we'll use it. I like the monk changes. Look at you, fucking players. Fucking players, dude. Make the orcs MAGA. There you go. That'll make them real woke. Are you mocking me? Every player loves... Okay, here's the phenomenon that happens with players, okay? You guys play, and you play, and you play, and you play. And the DM's Dungeon Master and Game Master. And you guys play, and you guys play. And you're given the world. You're given the world to play in. All the toys to play, all the things. And still, no matter what happens, each and every player... This isn't a Trump speech. This is Jake's speech. Each and every player will look at their character and the design of it, and they'll say, this isn't good enough. I wish I could have this or that. I wish I could have this or that change. And look, I'm with you. But when you get a little more power earlier on, it always seems better. Everyone's like, oh, this feels better. Until we play it and we find out that they had balanced it fucky and it's still fucking broken because they can't ever do it. I think what we should hope for, we should just hope for a workable system and we can just make it happen. We don't have to worry about their design. We can master our own design. I don't know why you would be upset about the source material. Don't use the source material. Don't use it. That's fine. Then don't buy it. Me either.
But lost in this whole Latin orcs fiasco is a determined plan by Wizards of the Coast to show that the future of gaming, as they see it, is fat, gooey, and female. Yes, that's right. That is an actual piece of art from the player's handbook. Look.
Cool. Wait, why are we upset about this? It's like an elf cat mask hero thing going on? I fuck with it. I would like to see a wider shot here because I want to know what's going on. Are we upset about this? There's bulk here? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're upset about. What's she supposed to look like? Or they? I don't even know, really. Like, you're saying she, so I adopted it, but that might not be what's going on.
Look, all kidding aside, when we see pictures like this, our minds sense a disconnect. It doesn't sit right with us. When we see a female warrior,
do we?
Ever so often, nobody really gives it a second thought at this point.
Oh, wow, cool. No one gives a second thought to a female warrior.
We remember reading of and then seeing the bravery of Éowyn in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, my God. You can only have the occasional female. If we have too many females, who cares, man? I can't imagine thinking about this. Are the characters badass or not? Like, have a badass character. I couldn't give a fuck about its gender. Make whatever character is cool to you. Who cares, dude? God.
We loved Belit and Valeria in the Conan stories of Robert E. Howard, but they were not ubiquitous. They weren't.
Did you notice how all of them look the fucking same? Like, what, dude? Like, they're just the same fucking thing over and over. The hair changes. These aren't that inspiring. I kind of like the character design on the left side here a little bit. The right side is ass. That is ass. This is ass. I get why you're doing it. At least the Conan times, man.
Everywhere.
But even then, like, it's not even that I like the character design so much as I'm like, oh, okay, so there's just some asymmetry. I could see some stuff is going on, so I could tell a little bit about the character. I'm looking at the sword, and I like this blade exposed thing, but she'd cut the shit out of her leg every time she sat. Anyway, whatever.
Where all the time.
Doesn't matter.
Warriors from biblical times up through today have predominantly been men.
They've predominantly been men. This is a fantasy game, man. I don't care. Let women join the military then or something. I don't give a fuck. Whatever makes you fucking happy. Just shut up. Why are you so dumb? Don't put girls in your game then. Have every man be in the fucking game. There you go. There's only men. By the way, Dragonlance that you like has several fucking female main characters who do badass shit all the time. Why is he talking about it like this? Don't I have... No, Dragonlance is in my... Oh, well, that's Way of Kings. Dragonlance is on the back of my toilet right now.
It's just a fact. So when we're
thing hanging above it.
Subjected to non-stop women warriors and adventurers.
Rob Long!
I hope you have a
You want a trans femme princess. Thank you very much.
Almost to the exclusion of men. Something feels a little bit off.
Wait, why? This is super cool. Isn't this like a Valkyrie thing? This looks a lot like Alenia. Holy shit, that's pretty good.
And look, I understand that art styles change over the years. Errol Otis, David...
What is this shit?
Sutherland and Dave...
What is this? This is ass. Wait, these are bad. These are old. They could be kind of cool, I guess, since they were like back in the day. But like, you can't tell me that this is better art than what I was just looking at. This shit. This is better art than what I was just looking at. You shut the fuck up. This is wacky and goofy and cool, but this is not as technically skilled as whatever the fuck is going on. Okay, man.
Sutherland and Dave Trampier are nothing like Brom, Clyde Caldwell, or even Wayne Reynolds. Yet even as the times changed...
A spawn of kills. Such a boomer and claims to have a daughter. I feel so bad for her. Like, why? So just look at that art. You don't have to look at this. This is cool, though. How do you think this isn't cool?
We recognized that what we were looking at was still fundamentally D&D. It was still fantasy. Even if some of us may have preferred some of the older art, we could still appreciate the new stuff.
It's crazy that you made for this video a slow motion slideshow of all, like you saved all of these. That looks cool. What don't you like about this? What is upsetting to you here?
I'm not sure what much of this stuff even is that you're seeing behind me.
You're not sure what much of it is? It's character art. Look at all the stuff that's happening. Like, this is a very detailed... This has a lot of storytelling. This scarf means something, or maybe it's a cape. I can't tell you because you zoomed in so much. The sword is important. The pauldron seems designed specially along with this, so there's some kind of story, but it's asymmetrical. There's a gladiator thing. There's scars. We're not wearing a helmet. I like the like ribbon things here. Are these commendment? Like, I'm thinking about what this tells me about the character, and it tells me a lot more than that fucking Conan shit. Which I like Conan the Barbarian, like the movies. Well, the really Conan the Barbarian. The Destroyer's kind of whack. Like, it's very mid, but like, I like that movie. This is stupid, dude.
It's not D&D.
What's not D&D about this? This is the most D&D shit ever. What isn't D&D about this?
Some of it is competent, but belongs elsewhere. Wizards of the Coast...
Don't fucking slap your little thin-ass lips at me, boy. Hate that shit.
...is not trying to increase the role of women in D&D. They're doing nothing less than trying to supplant men in D&D's visuals.
Supplant men? There's art just like this in, like, Volo's Guide or something? Let me just pull it up. I think it's like... It's one of the giants. Smiling one, maybe? Smiling one's kind of like... That's kind of what I was thinking of. Oh. Dreamwalker? Look at them titties, dude. A stone giant Dreamwalker.
They didn't choose these images by accident, after all. I said in a prior video that...
What is this? What are you doing?
D&D is founded on masculine principles.
It's founded on masculine principles? Do you feel emasculated by the tabletop role-playing game? All right. Clean-shaven boomer men are suspicious to me. Okay? Clean-shaven boomer men, you're quite suspicious to me. You can't hide behind all this shit and tell me you're secure in your masculinity while having this fucking complaint, okay? While being smooth-shaven. Look, man, you get laser hair. It's all right. Someone should have told them that to the football players that bullied me in high school. Well...
Like it or not, the game has its roots in Napoleonic war games and medieval combat.
All right, well, guess what? That shit's boring. Go play those editions of D&D then, man. That shit sucks. I don't want to play Napoleonic war games, dummy. Okay, it's based on that? Yeah, okay. So Gary Gygax, dead guy, invented a game that no one plays anymore. Although you can go play first edition D&D if you'd like, or AD&D, whatever. You can go fucking compute THACO if you'd like, but you don't. You don't. You stick with probably like 3.5, or I bet this guy plays fucking 3.5 D&D. He's like, that's the last non-woke D&D. You know, I'm gonna go over to fucking Paizo or something. You know, you can't. Boomers 10 years ago, D&D is for fat greasy nerd who can never get a girl. Boomers now that it's woke. D&D was always based on masculinity and being a giga chad. Oh, fucking right. Like, it's for nerds. By the way, I play a very sophisticated, highbrow form of D&D, obviously. So I allow women at my table. I allow people to play characters, and I don't think about their gender at all. It doesn't play a role. I actually didn't think about it. We have I think we have a gender match for every character. I think all the girls play girls and all the guys play guys. Although, I mean, can you call a genie a guy as a genderless shapeshifter? No.
The military. Wizards of the Coast can try to run from those roots as much as possible, but you can't change where you come from. This game is about killing, bloodshed, vengeance, and glorious treasure. Those are, generally speaking, not feminine things.
You'd be fucking surprised how many women murder stuff in D&D, man. $1. 2024 Grandpa. What the fuck is this double camera angle? I don't know. I thought he was going to stop after a while, but he keeps going.
D&D is not strictly a feminine game. And yet women...
D&D isn't strictly a feminine game. That's true. Dude, it's dude time. It's not Sausage Fest. It's not D&D sesh. Oh, wow.
Have always played it since the very first games of Blackmore. The Seattle companies like to lie to us now and say that women and minorities were somehow excluded. They weren't. It's just that...
I'm so serious what he doesn't like about this fucking classic, like, Valkyrie Paladin, like, super cool piece of art.
Women that played all the way up until these last few years understood what they were playing. They didn't want the game they loved humiliated with fat elves and bisexual lighting, goofy villains.
Bisexual lighting? Do we have to light your sets bisexually? So elves can be fat, by the way. Humiliated? I don't know. Does it make you humiliated to have a fat elf? That'd be interesting. Like, oh, look at this. It's a fat elf. Yeah, elves can be fat. You can eat too much. You can eat too much and be an elf, and you can not move, and you can have hurt ankies and make bolognese. I might be a fat elf, chat. Women can do stuff, man. They can play D&D for sure. My best players are women. That's just what happens. You know what makes them the best players? They're talkative. That's all it takes. Be talkative at your D&D table.
Socialist cities and foodie night markets.
Socialist cities and foodie night markets? Socialist cities? Who has socialism in their D&D campaigns? There's very few socialisms in the D&D campaigns. Typically, you know, capitalism makes for good bad guys in D&D campaigns. He writes these, he thinks it sounds so badass. He must, yeah.
They watched those 1980s fantasy movies too. And they probably read Howard, Tolkien, Lieber, Cook, Weiss, and Hickman. And they were inspired by it. But there's not much that's inspirational in these newly released images.
What are you talking about? This is a deeply inspired piece of character art. What upsets you about this? Weiss and Hickman would hate you. I agree, dude.
They don't make you want to split skulls, steal riches, or...
There's literally a badass sword right there ready to fucking split skulls, dude.
Become a king by your own hand.
Why do you want to be a king, first of all? But sure, you can... If a player came to me and was like, hey, I want to be king, I would love that. I would love one of my players to be like, look, I want to play a character that wants to be king. Glorious. Let's do that. Let's dissect that path. Yeah. I kill so many people, particularly shitty people. It's great. I mean, we kill a lot of fucking people. Yeah, I mean, we murder some fucks. You kill people that aren't even so bad all the time. I don't know what he's talking about. Our D&D is not, like, woke D&D is just like no one says slurs at the table, I guess. You can be king by, like, level 10. You can be king at level 1. You start your campaign as a king. I don't care.
They might make you want to curl up with a blanket around a bunch of scented candles.
Does this make you want to curl up with scented candles in a blanket, man? Why? What? It makes me want to look into the cauldron to see what's cooking. What? You're just made so cozy by the witch cauldron? Okay, dude.
Maybe take a soak in some lavender bath salts.
What? Because it's pink and purple? I can't... Okay, bring back men who are insecure about colors? Oh my fucking god. Bring back men who are secure again, please. What is happening to masculinity where I'm seeing boys like this fucking guy complain about the color pink? It's more like it's not. It's a gradient. I like the composition of this piece. Everything grades toward the pink.
Wizards of the Coast is on record as saying that they don't particularly care for white men.
Okay. You know what? Given the evidence, I'm pretty suspicious of most white men too. We're not all cool guys. Do you like every white man you've ever seen, man? What percentage of white men do you find agreeable with you? We're very different guys. I think, you know what it is? I think a big difference between us is I'm a man of voluptuousness, I'm a man of juicy lips, and we just live different lives. Women aren't kind to men like him because he's not kind to them. Women have been kind to me. I like women. I like them. What's wrong with them? They're little folks. I like them. Or is it gay to like women? What the fuck? Okay, straight up, look. This isn't a joke. Sarah and I met through D&D, right? And I liked flirting with her at the table. It's fun. I like flirting. I'm a flirt. Have you guys found that out? I'm a flirty guy. And it's nice to flirt with Sarah at the table. It's fun. It's cute. We bond. Current character could be described as karate Mormon missionary with a mullet. He is the whitest. He's doing just fine. You can have white characters. Yeah. Yep. It is news.
They've given explicit instructions to their artists.
I have fucked every one of my characters at the table. Every one of the players' characters, I have fucked that character with somebody. Look, I'll get you. I'm too charming. I'm too fucking charming. That's right. This guy's first session was like, my name is Brent and I play a male human fighter. Hey, Brent, I'm Trent. I play dude. Who's on first with white guys?
Not just in this current rules update, but from the beginning of 5th edition, to not portray white men.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Please. We love them, but there's 500 million of them.
I think that's fine messaging. Please try not to just only center white blonde men. Fuck yeah, dude. You can have white blonde men that, if you want to, here's the thing, man. If you want to make a character and he's a white guy, fighter, human, okay, named Gary, and you want to take him on a quest, we'll go do that, okay? I'll allow it. I'm not going to stop you from having your white fantasy. I'm just considering, maybe we play a character that challenges us a little bit, okay? Maybe we play a character that helps us explore certain aspects about life, explore certain aspects about ourselves, and something we have fun doing. What's a voice you like talking in that's easy for you? Let's try there. Let's get to that. What's that character like? Build a character on aspects of your personality you like sitting with for a while, or ones you don't. That's even more interesting.
The diversity that the characters need to have needs to reflect the gaming world now. The mix of people that are playing these games, it's not 13-year-old white boys held up in their basement. It's a very diverse crowd,
Wizards of the Coast will gladly take your money as they try to change the very perception of what it was you fell in love with about the game.
What did you fall in love with about the game that you can't do now? So the player's handbook has got art in it. I'll show you the old one. Here's the old player's handbook. We'll show you the cover. Player's handbook. There's a fucking lady on the front. Oh my god. I can't believe I never even noticed. there's oh my god, it's woke. There's a black elf and a lady, oh my god, fighting against this, looks like a giant, storm giant maybe? I don't know what he's got going on. He's a big guy. Never really noticed. Oh no, a person of color, oh no! Killing some goblins? No! By the way, I like the, I prefer, we can go to the goblins on the, monster manual. These are fine. All right? But may I suggest the Paizo goblins, who are way cuter. Look at these cute little goblins, man. These are my goblins. That's a goblin. Look at these guys. I don't play Paizo games, but I do like their art a lot. These little fellas. Wow. All right. Anyway, these are fine. They look like really ripped Russian children. You know those Russian kids they make they're like 8 years old and they're like, oh, I'm lifting and I have abs.
We did see what they're capable of with that excellent Dragonlance piece and a couple others. But those should be the norm. They should not be the exception. And right now, they are the exception.
Right?
As I stated, these are the images that Wizards of the Coast is highlighting.
Yeah, I don't
Wizards of the Coast
see
is
a problem.
selling a book for $100, celebrating the 50th anniversary of D&D. Yet
I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to purchase it.
they didn't even bother to consult with Rob Kuntz,
Cool.
the last creator left from the early days who knew both Dave and Gary.
I don't care. I don't care. Isn't he retired? He's not involved. They sold the company. They sold it. It's not yours anymore.
People like Rob are a nuisance to the cultural fanatics at Wizards of the Coast, because his version of D&D is our version. Current D&D is full of cooking contests, festivals, pastel colors.
Cooking competition?
Teach me, Daddy!
Pastel color? I mean, you describe the world, man. You describe it. No one... Don't describe pastel colors. No one can put colors into your fucking head. Just describe the world as it comes to you. You dumb... You boy. You child. They're playing the game different than me. Fucking play how you want. I don't care. It's in your head. Play at home with your boys how you want. Who cares? How is this the content that you make and the thing? Does your wife watch this shit? Has your wife ever seen this? Your ex-wife? Has she ever seen this? Has she brought this up at the hearings? She ought to.
All led by Mommy, who definitely needs to lay off the lembas bread. I guess the
lembas bread? That's a... You can't... Can you even get chubby on lembas bread? I don't even think you can, nutritionally speaking. Okay? Don't fucking try to come into the nerd dome.
Teach me, Daddy!
Boomers have a strange obsession with creators being the gods of the thing, like founding fathers of America. Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
The question is, can Wizards of the Coast change the perception of what D&D is?
They already have.
Let me ask you this. If the New York Yankees took the field on opening day next season and...
Are you a Yankees fan?
Instead of their classic pinstripes, they were wearing hot pink uniforms with white polka dots.
Uh-huh. They'd be like, check out our hot pink polka dot opening day colorways. And then people would buy them because they'd be memes. They'd be funny memes. And then they'd go back to their pinstripes or whatever, man.
Would you scratch your head a little bit? Would you feel that was a little jarring?
Do you think that this is polka dots? What is polka dotty about it? I don't understand. You have just shown me these pictures and thought matter-of-factly that I would be like, oh, of course you will be upset by viewing this. But I don't know what is upsetting to you about this. Is it that this one might be female? Is this the problem? That this character right here might be? Because I don't think these two characters are. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. Is it because it's centered? They literally do pink uniforms? Yeah, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Yeah, they'll do Mother's Day as well. It's so brain broken that Chud is mad the other people want to play a game the way they like. Just play it however you want. I mean, the cooking competition thing, like having mechanics written in your game for cooking competitions is cute and fun for people that want to have encounters that aren't always just cracking skulls. But if you just want to have a cracking skulls campaign, play that. I have no problem with that. Like, not every campaign has to be the same. There are have you never read a D&D Reddit? There are entire campaigns that have devolved into people like managing their businesses. Because they're just like, yeah, I just want to manage my business. And like, there's a famous Reddit thread about like a group of accountants managing D&D businesses and becoming like D&D merchants, essentially. D&D is the funniest shit to get mad at to me, considering you make believe game, you can do whatever you want. It's literally playing pretend. It's literally playing pretend. There's nothing like it's in your head, man. I can't be more serious about how in your head this is. How to play Dungeons and Dragons. The DM describes the environment. Just presenting the basic scope of options that there are. The players describe what they want to do, and then the DM narrate the result. That's what it's playing pretend, man. Fucking get over it. Don't pretend that women in your campaign are incapable of combat. There you go, man. Mission accomplished. The men are just so strong and mighty in your fantasy. Wow. Only the men can do stuff in your fantasy? That's so cool. That's what you decided to do with your fantasy time? Is it only the men can do stuff? Ooh. That's not gay at all. That sounds straight as fuck, personally. I think that sounds straight.
Maybe you might even think it's downright silly. Old fans would never forget what they were. And
this is so fucking cool. Every time this comes up, I think this is cool.
would most likely never accept them in anything other than pinstripes. But new fans might get used to
you're still on the
polka
Yankee
dots.
shit. Who cares?
Maybe the team decides that they don't need all the money that they take in. They can afford to lose a certain percentage of their business. Maybe they think there's
You
more
have hairy-ass ears.
money by appealing to the polka dot crowd.
Should
Will
get-
it work? I suppose we'll see.
The polka dot crowd? So you think if the Yankees wore pink polka dot uniforms that they would fail as a franchise? Did you know Aaron Judge this year, the right fielder for the New York Yankees, is like setting records? His OPS is fucking crazy. It's like over 1,000. It's nuts. He's like destroying it. Anyway, they would go to the fucking games if they were pink. They wouldn't care. They'd be like, yeah, we're fucking pink. Polka dot crowd. Jesus Christ. You need to fucking get over yourself. You need to just like accept the divorce settlement as this. What is wrong with this? This is a cool ass fucking character design.
I can only say that the strategy hasn't worked for comics, and it hasn't worked for companies like Disney so far. We'll have to see how the launch of the new core rulebooks works for Wizards of the Coast. These are fanatics we're talking about here, and they are Marxists to varying degrees.
Marxists? The team at Wizards? Okay. I don't think so.
So losing money does not matter to them, provided there is still money to lose. I guess it comes down to, will you give them more money to lose?
I was never gonna probably buy this. I maybe probably be gifted to me more likely. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy this. I didn't have any plans on it.
If you're a woman, I can definitely see why you would. The cooking contest, dinosaur racing, and non-stop parties might be appealing to some of the newer players. But don't delude yourself. It's no longer the same game many of you fell in love with. It's been subverted and vandalized by selfish idiots.
What is... I don't understand what selfish idiocy is happening here. You mean Hasbro? I agree with that. Hasbro is definitely selfish idiots. If you think people are... Just play the game you want, man. Play the game. Don't buy this. Pirate it or whatever. I don't care. Why is he... The sanctimonious tone is so strange to me.
These are the same types of people that raided the Roman Colosseum for building materials after the Empire fell because, well, they were too lazy and stupid to figure out how to do it on their own.
So after the Roman Empire fell, after the Bronze Age collapse, people repurposed building materials from the Colosseums as a matter of survival. It's like an apocalypse, like the fucking civilization collapsed. What are they gonna do? Oh, I better fucking... Hey, we could die, or we could use these readily available blocks for building materials, or we could die. But I mean, like, you know, someone else is gonna come along and fuck this up if it's not us. It is a big Coliseum. I agree. It was big. Yeah, I remember when they used to throw citizens in there to fight to the death for the entertainment of the wealthy class. And, well, not just that, just anyone that could afford it. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them, you know, they gave out passes based on like a sort of a class system. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you can just tear down the Empire. I don't care.
And I really think that sums up the team behind Wizards of the Coast right now.
You think they're tearing down Rome? I think that the same team that made this made 5th edition, which is the most popular version of D&D that's ever existed. And I bet this will do fine. Fine enough for them to make another edition after the fact. A lot of them are like quality of life updates that I've seen. There's some stuff with the backgrounds that make a lot more sense for building your character and seem to make it more customizable. I'm thinking about the Matt Colville Wizard, or I don't know what they're even calling it, the MCDM RPG, whatever the fuck they name it. It seems pretty cool. I think it'll work.
Lazy and stupid with a streak of viciousness
I
inside.
want 3.5 back. Go play 3.5, old ass. I want 3.5 back. No, you don't. That was bad. There's a reason 3.5 didn't get popular. It sucks. 3.5 isn't good.
Of them.
3.5 has some cool ideas.
Some hide it through smiles.
I like evil orcs. Then have evil orcs in your fucking thing.
There are materials in original Dungeons.
Have Tolkien orcs in your shit. I don't care. By the way, I mean, I don't think orcs are necessarily just fucking evil just because they're made to be.
Dragons that would.
I think all orcs are evil is boring. But I'm just better.
Never pass.
Yeah.
Our inclusivity reviews today. And a lot of it is some of it you can understand. Like, okay, these are a bunch of war gamers, and they're using armies from history, and so when they create a warrior class for Dungeons and Dragons, they call it the fighting man, right? Because that's what they were used to, and they were all men. They were all white dudes from Lake Geneva and the Twin Cities. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? There's a lot of material in this book, and I won't go over all of it, but it would not pass our inclusivity reviews today.
Others show open disdain.
Yeah, but so it's crazy that you think this is like the woke left anarchist communists are in charge of making sure that the capitalist board of inclusivity reviews, that those occur. For the corporation to tick boxes. You think leftists are involved in that. And that's fucking dumb, man. You don't even know who you're arguing with. You're mad at liberals trying really hard at the behest of corporations trying really hard, okay? You're mad with rainbow capitalism at best? Be mad at that. You fucking mad at leftists for it. I don't give a fuck about this. Pirate this. It's a corporation. Pirate it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Who has a fucking who has a allegiance to this shit? Why? Play the game or don't. All of this is open source essentially. It's just book numbers. You play the system however you want, man.
For the customers that help keep them in business. You are, of course, free to decide whether you support the new edition of D&D or not.
Uh-huh.
If, like so many others, you're troubled by what you're seeing and hearing from Wizards of the Coast these days, remember that there are options. If you're in a 5e game,
are you going to sell your own share now?
Completely understand why you maybe don't want to switch. But if you're in between campaigns, look at some other companies and creators out there. There's Dragon Slayer by our friend Greg Gillespie for an...
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not going to listen to your ad for your right-wing... your Bud's bad fucking systems with rape mechanics. Hey, man, I rolled a 5 to rape. Cool, dude. Yeah, brother. Yeah, count me the fuck out. This guy rolls nat 20 on his divorce. Nat 22 divorce. Nat 1 to go through the proceedings. D&D is a game you make up in your head. Play the game you want in your head. If you need orcs that are 100% evil, you can have a small little mind and do that boring little thing. That's fine. I don't care. Tell that boring story again. If you have fun, fucking go for it. I challenge you to tell a story you haven't told before. Huh? Tell a story you haven't told before and try to get it done. See what happens. Challenge yourself a little bit. Step outside your fucking box every once in a while, huh? Pretty sure even in AD&D you could play as an orc or half-orc. Is that true? Like rules is written? Maybe. They probably had variants at some point. The complete book of humanoids eventually did, yeah. The complete book of humanoids is when they added that. There you go. Right there. But then they had a fucking ton of them. An ogre mage. A bugbear. A bullywug. Yeah. Complete book of humanoids. That's so cool. It was dwarf, elf, gnome, human, halfling, half-elf. Sounds like the type of guy who peaked in high school. That man has never peaked. And never will.